I really want to understand. I don't think too many people know this. How was this group formed? The Carlo, the IBB, and Aguero. What led to the formation of this group?
Like minds, we have the same vision, we have the same mission to achieve. So we like, okay, let's do it.
Hmm.
Especially Carlo was like, we can make a whole lot of money from entertainment.
Yeah.
So let's go for it.
Yeah, he was in the news not too long ago, owing to the protests led in Enugu, you know, and this is the build up to 2027, and I want to understand what do you prescribe as the way forward to 2027?
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed that it was I and Carlo who had to come out to protest. When people will get the voice, no come out to protest.
Mm.
It's sickening, I don't even have the platform set like that. And I was expecting people who had the platform to come out and be like, yo, enough is enough, And I think I don't even know the way forward 2027. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know what 2027 holds. Some people say the election will not hold, some people say the election will hold. Because you can see every trick Tinubu is trying to play ahead of the.
Do you think anything would change 2027?
It's just going to be difficult for Tinubu. It's going to be very difficult for him. That's why he's saying a lot of shit, like he's going to send Akpabio to ADC to do them anyhow. He's saying a lot of bullshit. He's threatened, because people are suffering. And what pains me the most is people will get the platform to talk. Not the talk. Do you know a tweet from Taylor Swift got Biden the chair in the previous presidential election before the Trumps? A tweet from someone who has the voice. But what do we get from people who have the voice? City boys. It's freaking. So I don't even know the way forward.
let me drag you a little bit back to hip hop.
Yeah.
You talked about revenue. I think revenue is not just the only thing lacking in the East. I think there is also an issue of infrastructure. We don't have as much infrastructure, as much media presence in the East. All of these things put together. Do you think it is what is holding music in the East back? Or you think that it's been the issue of people struggling for supremacy? There's been, I brought the trap, I started the trap in the East, I started the Igbo rap. Everybody's trying to feed off the glory of what is existing now instead of pushing the craft forward. What do you think is pulling us back, the hip hop industry in the East?
Yeah, you can take infrastructure, but I really feel revenue. Revenue plays a big part. My theory, if we had the revenue of mainstream Afrobeat, Tough King will be bigger than Marvel.
Definitely. Amazing album that he dropped.
So, yeah, the infrastructure you're talking about, now revenue.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, it's just revenue. Now, if you had mainstream revenue, like, I'm not capping you, breakout artist of the year is Top King, not Marvel.
Definitely. Do you think that Fino is being overburdened? Everybody's coming out to say this is what Fino has not done for me. Fino has not done enough. Quincy was in the news recently. I know that he dropped on points in Penthouse record label. He dropped another hit song, Landlord, when he was in Penthouse. A lot of people are coming out to say that Fino have not. Do you think he's being overburdened?
You said it all. You're a smart guy. Fino's being overburdened, obviously. We all know this, and that's why I said initially in the interview, Igbo people are proud. This is our father who came out to help, and some people now throw shades. Fino has been helping for the longest time. Do you understand? He has been helping a lot of people. I can't say the same for every other Igbo artist, every other big Igbo artist. Do you understand? If I'm not saying people should be like people, but if our big Igbo artists had a little bit of Ezege flair in them, we might not be where we are. You know. So the whole face of the whole is Fino. Yeah, and you're right, he's been overburdened. And we need more people to be like, come on, to lessen the burden for him. You know, he's trying, he has tried Fino Ezege. That's all I can say.
I want to get a little bit personal now. Some of these things, I know that you see them and you may not respond to them, but generally they contribute to what makes up hip hop in the East, or at least they are being judged as the opinion of a certain percent of the fans. There is this annoying factor. You often hear it from the fans. You know, sometimes they say that they look at artists, people, influencers, hip hop influencers, artists from Ebonyi in a certain kind of way. I think it was a Rich Plug and Hugo P. They had a back and forth with each other, and you had Rich Plug describing in a certain kind of way because of where it's from. Do you think that the Boeing factor, in your opinion, based on your experience, do you think that the Boeing factor exists in the hip hop scene?
I'm sorry to maybe I might digress a lot of times, but I don't think it's just in the hip hop scene. I think it's everywhere. The Ebony factor you're talking about, I think it's everywhere. You know, Rich Vlog is my homie. I love him, but when he made that comment, it was fucking disgusting. Tugopi is my brother, and I'm from Ebony State.
Yeah.
And I have, people tell me, you don't look like an Ebony State person. I tell them I take that as a fucking insult.
Yeah.
How the fuck does Ebony State people look like? So, these are what we get from Igbo. I wanted to blame it on the divide and rule.
Yeah.
That it was the Europeans, but come on, we can do better now. It's not the European factor anymore. The Europeans left here how many years ago, and we are still doing this shit.
Some argue that they left and they didn't live with their system. Did they really live?
You can say new colonialism is around.
Yeah.
You can say that, but the way we treat each other, duty. How the fuck would you see somebody in Akpa Alumi? And I've been there.
Yeah.
And the person in Akpa Alumi is doing that compound. The next thing I was hearing on their back. Like that was walking out from somebody's mouth on their back. So you see, this stereotype is just crazy. So imagine that kind of stereotype in everyday life. It affects the hip hop too when you want to get serious.
Yeah.
So we need to be more unified than we are. I think the problem why we are still where we are today is because we don't have that unity. We can't fight shit. Gone are the days where Ojuku will call people from Kaduna to come back and they'll respond.
Yeah.
If you read, there was a country by Chinua, you understand what I'm saying? He made a mandatory call for those in the north, to come down to the east.
Even
everybody.
Jake Tiger came back from Europe. He was the reigning champion, I think middleweight champion in boxing at the time.
Do you understand? So we've lost that unification. You understand? I've heard so many girls and boys, Ebony State. I say, there, Ebony State. They feel like nothing good can come out from there. That's stupid. Okay, nothing good can come out of there. And we now praise other Igbo tribes. Oh, yeah, mighty and shit. Nigga, we're still in the same fucking third world country. There's no difference between the both of us. So why are you trying to shit on one man?
Mm.
And that's just like your question. That also greases into our entertainment industry and our day-to-day living, everything. When we can't see each other as one, there's already a problem. In the United States of America, in one country, you don't see one person saying, like, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Mm.
A state, I've never seen an Alabama person say, "Oh, Ohio people are fucking trash and shit." Like,
Mm.
"Oh, Ohio." I've not seen that. It's only in Nigeria where you go to see that kind of thing. So it's just crazy, and yeah, it affects it because because from the day to day living, these people know it in their boy. How they come on read them for music? You
Yeah.
think top if you think if Top King or was rising out of Ebony, they go rate them. And now we even have two problems. I told you initially, right? Like you have to blow in Enugu, then you
Yeah.
blow in Lagos.
Yeah.
If you're not even Ebony,
You have
you
to
will come blow in
blow.
Enugu. Crazy.
Mm. And I think Aguero is running all of this marathon. He first blew up in a Boeing, and then with some of us didn't even know that he's from Enugu, right?
Yeah.
Some of us didn't even know. We thought him, Calf, they were all. I think more could be achieved with the hip hop in the East. A lot of people they only talk about the beef, they want the beef. Often we had Aguero Banks, being compared to a lot of people. There's been a lot of push for a beef, between Aguero Banks from the fans. I mean, fans wanting to beef with High Star, fans wanting to beef with Collar Boy. There's been a lot of push, from hip hop fans. I think the beef was unnecessary, especially at this stage of what we are building. I think more could be achieved with hip hop. With hip hop, we can be able to clear some of the stereotypes. We can be able to unify our people. We can be able to look at what Pino did with what I consider to be the most superior hip hop verse. What he did on the Hero remix. He didn't just mention idols. He idolized people that are actually heroes. So I think that more could be achieved with hip hop. Especially now that it is popping. I want to get down to your personal life. Let's talk about relationship. What what do you consider when you go into a relationship? Are you dating? Are you married?
Before I go into your
Mm.
the business, I want to address something you said before.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this stage, at this stage in our hip hop, beef might not be necessary,
Mm.
but in pop culture, in hip hop culture, beef is fucking necessary.
It's always there.
It's there. It's necessary. Do you understand? Because I feel hip hop is the most realest form or realest genre of music.
Mm.
Do you understand? So just like the West Side, East Side Coast in US,
Yeah.
happened here. It was not just musical beef. Those
Mm.
niggas were beefing themselves live.
You see it, you call it out.
You get me? They're beefing themselves live. The West Coast, Bronx, had an issue with LA live.
Mm.
Do you understand? So just like I said, it's a self-expression. Music is a self, and hip hop, I think, defines that in the apex form. Because that beef that was happening in real time between Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. of
Yeah.
the West Coast, East Coast, it was not just a musical beef.
Mm.
It was like a communal beef,
Mm.
gang beef. The Clippers had beef with these people. I mean, the Crips had beef with these other people. You understand? So